Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. Today, I bring the dankness yet again, as I have an artifact focus list. It is called Valve. It's built around the Antiquities War. I'm very excited to showcase off this deck list because it's honestly like one of the coolest that I've built up until now, I think. And I've had quite a bit of success with it. Like, it's been done really well for me, and hopefully I can showcase it off today properly. The Antiquities War is our win condition in this deck. It is a 4-mana saga from the Dominaria set, which upon Chapter 3, you transform all of your artifacts into 5/5 power creatures that can go face. So the idea is to one-shot the fuck out of your opponent with this, and it feels really good and is more consistent than you would think as a strategy. So I'm going to explain a little bit how this deck works, and my card choices and all that goodness, how this whole tactic comes to be, basically. Cool story about time. Let's go. We got Karn, Sign of Urza, and Tezzeret, Artifice Master, are our planeswalkers of choice. The idea is to have these fulfill two roles. One of them is to refuel our hand, like they generally do as planeswalkers, but very important in this deck list as we do have a low curve in regards to our artifacts, so we can run out of steam quite quickly. And two, generate more artifacts for us, because the more artifacts we get on the board, naturally, the better. Karn is generally used for his first two, loyalty abilities, right? But the -2 ability in this deck is the most crucial one and very, very powerful at that. Because of our innate ability of flooding the board with artifacts, we generally get a huge-ass construct that could be like 8/8 or higher on average, which applies tremendous pressure to the opponent. On top of that, we have Tezzeret, Artifice Master, which also enable us to create a flying token, 1/1 flying, which is very important because having an artifact that flies means that it's very hard for our opponent to actually block it. So when it becomes a 5/5 with Antiquities War here. And on top of that, we can draw 2 cards. I say 2 cards, even though initially you draw 1, but it's very easy for us to set up a board in which we have 3 or more artifacts. So basically, we draw 2 cards every turn, which is also very powerful, right? So on top of that, we have a very low artifact curve. And the reason why we have a very low artifact curve is because of Antiquities War and because of the deck's major enabler, which is Sai, Master Thopterist. He is a legendary creature, yet I'm still running 4 copies of him, despite me not being able to have more than 1 legendary creature on the board. Sai is so important for this deck to work that in order to ensure that I draw into him or that I have him as a replacement if he gets removed early on, I run 4 copies of him because of that. Sai here has a continuous effect of which enables you to create a 1/1 artifact token with flying every time you play an artifact spell. So that snowballs like crazy, and that really enables our Antiquities War to just get out of hand. It also empowers our Karn, and it just, like I said, enables this whole strategy to work. So we have a very low curve here with Explosive Apparatus, 4 copies of Fountain of Renewal, 4 copies of Sparring Construct, 3 copies of Diamond Mare, 2 copies of Sorcerer's Spyglass for the Control and Dol Gorgari mid-range matchups, so we can shut down their Planeswalkers, and 4 copies of Treasure Map, which enable us to draw more efficiently into our combo pieces, and also can give us 3 more artifacts in the shapes of treasure as we convert map into the Treasure Cove, and thus, we can have, like I said, 3 more treasures to turn into 5/5s as well. So Treasure Map, obviously a very obvious choice for this sort of deck. But in regards to my other options, I wanted, like I said, a very low curve so I can chain these artifacts and proc Sai as many times as I can, while at the same time, having more artifacts on the board to enable my Antiquities War to have the most, power, right? We have healing effects with Fountain of Renewal and Diamond Mare, so we can survive the aggro matchups a little bit better. And we have Sparring Construct and Explosive Apparatus, because these are the best 1-drop artifacts that I could find, and the most efficient for this sort of list. And that is the deck list right there. Last but not least, we have Zahid, the Djinn of the Lamp, a 4-mana 5/6 with flying in this deck, quite simply, which is why I run him. Good against aggressive decks and good against control decks to apply early game pressure as well. It's just a 5/6 for 4 mana that flies is just really good in general. So was a pretty straightforward addition to this deck here. And because we're only running one color in blue, we can afford to run quite a few neutral color lands, and the most important one being the Salfarin Void, which enable us to scry and reach our combo pieces earlier, while also getting rid of lands or keeping lands regarding depending on the situation we're in, right, in a match. And that is the deck list right there. I am very excited to showcase this one off. Like I said, it's one of my favorites up until now, and it exceeded my expectations. And hopefully I can showcase off why, as we're going to be taking this bad boy to Diamond rank, and we'll see how we fare. So let's get on to some games, goddamn. All right, here we go. I really like this deck. It really surprises people. I've had like a lot of games in which I managed to get the Antiquities war going, but they wouldn't even concede because they don't understand the card fully, and then I don't know, they kind of like stay there and just see all my 5/5s on the board and still don't realize they're dead. So hopefully I can repeat the process here. I had a pretty fun time yesterday night playing this deck. All right, so we have 2 copies of Sai in our opening hand. We have an explosive apparatus alongside Salfarin Void to scry early on. This is a pretty decent hand. I'm going to keep it. We're going to lead off with the Memorial to Genius because it enters the board tapped, so we may as well get this out of the way. And then, depending on what color I see, Golgari, I'll adapt, my scrying for it, as we're going to drop this right here. And we're going to put Sai to the bottom of the deck because we already have 2 copies of him in hand, so we do not need more. We don't want to play our artifacts early on in this match because we want to wait to drop Sai and then, get that going. We do have the Antiquities of War here, which is our win condition, and double apparatus. So seems like we're going to get going soon. We're not vulnerable to cast down because we are a legendary creature, so if he wants to remove this, it needs to be something like Ravenous Chupacabra. If he fails to do so, then we'll play Explosive Apparatus instead. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to drop this, which enters the board tapped, and we're going to go boom. And again. And we're not going to attack because there's no point. We're going. We're getting there. Oh, interesting. Red as well. All right. Okay, so we hit him there, and let's play the Antiquities of War. And we get the artifact, and we're able to play it. Oh, you see? Because we have such a low curve, we can make these sorts of plays, and it's very easy for us to like play an artifact the same turn we play the Antiquities of War if we don't do so on curve. So I just hope we don't get disrupted here. Obviously, like Ritual of Suit can be very powerful against us. Vivian Raid would also suck. Like, my opponent has options to disrupt this, but if he doesn't, we going big. I'm a little bit nervous because if he has Vivian, then that's gonna suck. And Ritual sucks too. Like, they all suck. Ah, fuck. Well.
Wild. Get that out of here.
Fuck. Alright. Never said it was gonna be easy, right? Okay, so what we gotta do here is we have to attack these two onto Vivian and that one faced. So that's the first thing we're gonna do.
Stars are I've seen squirrels hit harder.
Okay, the next thing we're gonna do here is we have Arc of Vraska and we can draw, but I'd rather apply pressure here. Call that a turn. So we've been denied, but we can refill soon. And we do have heavy board presence. Obviously, Ritual of Suit is very powerful against us here, if he does run it. But generally, these sorts of decks don't tend to run it. Well, they can run it. It is a possibility. Okay. That's why I run the Spyglass. Like, in this matchup, denying Vivian Raid is pretty game-winning. Alright, there's the Phoenix. Okay. So I can attack with this. And if he blocks, then I can proc this to destroy the Phoenix. So we're gonna try to do that. We're gonna try to connect face. He knows the apparatus is a thing. Yeah. This guy knows what he's doing. Okay, so what can we do here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we want to draw a card, we can play the Sparring Construct. Alright, we're going to pass for now. I may want to use Sai here to draw cards. Okay. Can block there. And we could always proc this, but I think first of all, I'm going to sacrifice 2 of these. There we go. Actually, no. Sorry, I gotta think here. I gotta play this first. And I messed up the ordering there. This deck is hard, okay? Alright. We're gonna play Antiquities War again. Hopefully it doesn't have another Vivian Raid or a board wipe here. I'm gonna keep my Jinn of Lamp like to keep me safe. And he's got like basically 2 turns to deal with this. If he doesn't have another Vivian Raid, we're in a perfect spot here. But there's a lot of things that could go wrong. There's many things that could go wrong. I could have also sacrificed one of the choppers instead of one of my bombs here. Guess 5. Okay. All right. take this. Let's not overcommit these just yet. Okay, so we have 4, 6 here. We need to play around the idea that he may have an answer. So we're going to attack with this. Gonna attack with you. With you, with you, with you, and with you. Alright. That's fine. Because of how... Okay, so if we have these... I'm gonna play this. All right. He must have an answer now. Finality would be pretty devastating, but I think... Okay, so now we're in a position in which if he doesn't answer this, he loses. Like, he 100% loses. Because he can't deal with all these choppers. I have, like, way too many artifacts here. And we got him, boys! And we got him! Not bad! Not bad at all. Alright, let's go for another one. I was a little bit tense there because I was really worried about a finality. Like, the deck certainly has answers, right? Like Vivian, which denied us the first time. I really, you know, I care for this deck. It's my baby. I want it to do well, right? So I was very concentrated. It's very, like, it's not hard. Sorry, it's not easy to play this deck because you need to know. I probably misplayed more than I realized that game. But you have to be conservative. You have to find... There's a lot of calcs to do. But if everything goes right, man, holy crap. Alright, round 2. I'm going to keep this hand. I'm going to search for lands if we can. Sorry. We can't use you, Tezzeret. We need lands. We need to curve out because that's the only thing stopping us here. But we are not playing our little artifacts here. Okay, the problem is this deck can counter us. With like if it's playing white, like their enchantment removal is more possible. All right, so a Johnny's Primate. Okay, so we just gotta try to like not die immediately. Oh boy. Unfortunately, the strategy is very quick. Okay, so he's got a total of 10 damage here. Which means that if he has another Marshal, it's pretty much over, right? We need to go for the kill. So we need to play this, and okay, so what is the best line of play here? Because if I play this, I'm open for a kill. But I have to hope that's not the case. I have to hope that he doesn't have, like, for example, another Marshal. Like, what is my most likely way of winning? Like, getting the flood on him instantly, right? We're talking about, like, a shitload of artifacts here. Playing Antiquities War now is my solution. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. The Tribunal is the biggest problem here. The Tribunal is the biggest problem. Because now we could, if that didn't happen, we would have been able to do this, 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 and this. And we would have had a chance because we would have had like so many artifacts here, so that if he attacked, like we would have been able to retaliate. But unfortunately, his opening was too strong. And yeah, unfortunately, we can't prevent this from killing us. But he's only okay. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, GG. That card that snowballs so much out of control, it's tough. It's tough to deal with that with this deck, and him having the answer right there for my 3-drop, my enabler is definitely another way for us to lose. But it just goes to show, you know, how threatening this deck can be in such a short span, right? But if our opponent has like every answer, then we can't really do much about it. Okay, so this hand is definitely good enough. We have three lands, so we can curve out into Sai. Like I said, we don't want to lead off with our 1-drops unless we're facing mono red. Then our strategy may change up a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna lead off with the Memorial to Genius just because I need to make sure that I can curve out into Sai. It's more important for me to curve out into Sai than to curve out into the Sparring Construct here. I could play you now just to block a little bit. It's important for me to be able. I know I lose an artifact to play for this, but. Yes, it eats up damage. It slows him down, which is the important thing here. We have the Antiquities War here. See, the difference here is that our opponent is not curving out into like a crazy... He can combine something like a Lightning Strike and Fanatical Firebrand to eliminate this, but that would be 2 resources, and we could drop another one next turn. Ding. Just like that. I'm gonna drop this to the bottom. We can go with this again. We could actually drop Karn, right?
Are you certain of your decision?
That gives us a land. All right. We're diverting his attention with Karn. Now, I could play this. I could play Jin. I have to be smart here. Or I could play you and Treasure Map as well, which I think is better. We create this.
Some solutions must be built.
He may have Shock for Karn,
Please
which
stop.
at this stage is fine. It's fine. We're taking a lot of his resources here. We're sponging the damage, and we're still getting our way. Can't really attack. Beautiful. I should have, well, that's fine. We can do this first. Should we go for it? You have 1, 2, yeah, go for it. Ah, that's unfortunate. Maybe a little bit premature to use the Antiquities War here. But... oh! There we go. Alright, time to get going. Alright, Sparring Construct. Apparatus. We proc this. Send that there. Because we're gonna have this here. Then we're gonna play you. We're getting going! Or not. But! Maybe we are! Maybe we are, bitch! Or that. Fuck. Alright. I derped there. Somebody's sickness is a thing. We can play the Djinn. Okay, so you know, somebody's sickness applies to artifacts. So my timing was not all that great. Oh man, that goblin chain whirler is a party pooper. All right. Okay, so we can put him on the clock with Djinn, though. We choose the color blue. And we'll hold on to this because we don't want to lose our board to another one of those, right? Yeah, and I want to have enabled this as well. Okay. We're fine, we're fine. We're fine. We're just fine. But we don't want to overcommit like we did before to another chain whirler. Exactly. We could sacrifice these two. This. And, can still block this. And I'm going to stop at the beginning of my draw phase to proc the treasure map again. Let's get rid of this. Straw. Another treasure map. Let's proc this. Let's draw some more, shall we? He's already played 3 of these. In case anybody's wondering why I'm not playing this, is because they're legendary creatures. Like, I can't have both at the same time. We are going to... There's so much to do with this deck. Oh my god. Okay, we're going to attack. First of all, we're going to attack. We're going to go face. Put in the clock on him. And then we're going to play you. And you. And we're gonna hold on to you. No, the likes of, like, he's not likely to have another one. So let's just play this. Because even if the sparring construct dies, I can just buff the Jhin. And I'm just gonna proc this. Let's get rid of this. I mean, we're very comfortable here. Like, even though our combo kind of got disrupted by the Chain Whirler, we're still, like, so set that we win. That we easily win. And we've been at it for 32 minutes. Okay. That seems like it's enough. I mean, the first game was a kill. Technically, he conceded, but we technically killed him with the Antiquities of War. And... And that second game kind of got out of hand because, you know, like fast snowballing creatures like that, we don't really have the answers for. So it's kind of like one of the weaknesses. But we did take down Golgari mid-range, and we took down Mono Red. So I'm very happy with the deck's performance. And I don't know about my narration because, like I said, this deck is actually not easy to play. And I feel like I got a little bit focused sometimes, and my narration wasn't all that great. Like, I didn't explain my plays the best. But I'll work on that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck list regardless, and you enjoyed the video and all that goodness. Have a swell day. Thank you for watching. Leave a like for MTG or for whatever the fuck you want to leave a like for fake Brazil, which is where I'm from. And I'll stop talking. You know, one day my outros will not be so awkward, and I've been saying that for years now. But yeah, love ya. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and I will see you guys tomorrow.